When it comes to global military powerhouses, two names invariably top the list: the United States and Russia. These two nations have long been recognized for their formidable military strength, commanding respect and sometimes fear on the world stage. But why are they seen as the top military forces in the world? The answer lies in their history, their resources, and their commitment to maintaining a strong military presence. The United States, known as the land of the free and the home of the brave, has always been a nation with a strong military ethos. Since its inception, the U.S. has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to protecting its citizens and its interests, both at home and abroad. This commitment is reflected in its military, which is one of the most well-funded and technologically advanced in the world. On the other hand, Russia, the largest country in the world by landmass, has a military history that is equally as impressive. From the time of the Tsars to the era of the Soviet Union and now in its current form, Russia's military has been a force to be reckoned with. Its vast geographical expanse and strategic location have necessitated a strong military presence, making it a key player in global military affairs. Their historical rivalry is stuff of legends, with the Cold War era being a prime example. It was a time of intense competition, when both nations were locked in an arms race, each striving to outdo the other in terms of military prowess. This competition, while tense, fostered technological advancements and strategic innovations that have shaped the military landscapes of both nations to this day. But despite their past rivalry, it's important to note that the modern military landscapes of the United States and Russia are not solely defined by their competition with each other. They are multifaceted entities shaped by a myriad of factors, including technological advancements, geopolitical strategies, and the evolving needs of their respective nations. Now let's delve into the specifics and see how these two military titans stack up against each other. Military strength is often measured by the number of active personnel. So how does the US compare to Russia in terms of manpower? When it comes to the sheer number of active duty personnel, it's a close call. Russia has around 1 million active duty personnel, while the United States maintains a force of about 1.3 million. It's a bit of a numbers game, with the United States leading in terms of active duty personnel. But remember, it's not just about the numbers, it's also about how these forces are used and managed. Now let's delve a bit into the recruitment methods of these two military juggernauts. In Russia, military service is compulsory for all male citizens aged 18 to 27. This means every Russian man is expected to serve in the military for at least a year. It's a tradition that's deeply ingrained in Russian society, and it contributes significantly to their large pool of active personnel. On the other hand, the United States operates on a voluntary service model. Anyone aged 17 to 35 can enlist in the U.S. military, provided they meet the physical, moral, and mental standards. This model gives the U.S. military a diverse mix of individuals from across the country, bringing a wide range of skills and experiences to the table. However, it's worth noting that the U.S. also has a large reserve and National Guard force, ready to be activated when needed. This adds to the overall strength and flexibility of the U.S. military. In terms of reserves, Russia also has a sizable pool of reservists, but the exact number is somewhat murky, given the country's less transparent reporting practices. In the end, it's not just about the number of boots on the ground, it's about the quality of the soldiers, their training, their equipment, and how effectively they can be deployed. It's about strategy, adaptability, and resilience under pressure. While numbers are important, they are just one part of the equation. Let's explore further. In this modern era, technology plays a pivotal role in warfare, but who leads the tech race, the US or Russia? Now let's dive right into it. Both the United States and Russia have made remarkable strides in military technology, but their approaches are as different as their landscapes. The US has always been at the forefront of technological innovation. They've consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible. Take stealth technology, for instance. The United States pioneered this field, developing aircraft like the B-2 Spirit and the F-22 Raptor that can evade radar detection. These stealthy birds of prey give the US an undeniable edge on the battlefield. But it's not all about stealth. The United States also leads in drone technology. From surveillance drones humming silently above enemy lines to the lethal MQ-9 Reaper, American drones offer flexibility and precision. They can strike from the sky, even in the most hostile territories, minimizing risk to human operators. Now let's turn the spotlight on Russia. The Russians have always been known for their robust and reliable technology. They may not have the same level of stealth technology as the US, but they've developed effective countermeasures. Their advanced radar systems like the Nebo-M can reportedly detect stealth aircraft, somewhat negating the US advantage. Russia has also made strides in drone technology, unveiling drones like the Orion E, which can conduct long-range surveillance and precision strikes. However, the US still maintains a significant lead in this area. And then there's the shadowy world of cyber warfare. Both nations have highly skilled cyber warriors, capable of infiltrating enemy networks and disrupting critical infrastructures. It's a constantly evolving battlefield, with neither side holding a clear advantage. So, who's leading in the tech race? It's a tough call. Both nations have their strengths and weaknesses. The United States may have the edge in stealth and drones, but Russia's countermeasures and robust systems shouldn't be underestimated. As we can see, technology is a crucial factor. However, let's not forget about the firepower. An army's firepower defines its destructive capacity. Let's see how the US and Russia compare in this regard. When it comes to the ultimate firepower, nothing speaks louder than nuclear arsenals. The United States and Russia, both nuclear superpowers, have been at the forefront of this arms race since the mid-20th century. While the exact numbers are shrouded in secrecy, it's estimated that Russia has slightly more nuclear warheads than the United States. However, it's important to note that both countries hold enough nuclear firepower to cause unimaginable destruction. Moving away from the nuclear domain, let's turn our focus to other key weapons of war. Tanks, for instance, are a vital part of any ground assault. Russia has a clear numerical advantage here, with a fleet of tanks that dwarfs that of the United States. Yet, the US prides itself on the technological edge of its armored vehicles, emphasizing quality over quantity. Shifting gears to the skies, the competition is fierce. Both countries boast formidable air forces, with cutting-edge fighter jets, bombers, and transport aircraft. In terms of raw numbers, the United States has a larger air force, but Russia's aircraft are no slouches either, especially when it comes to speed and maneuverability. Lastly, let's talk about naval power. The United States Navy is the largest in the world, featuring an impressive array of aircraft carriers, destroyers, and submarines. Russia's navy is smaller and tends to focus more on submarine warfare, boasting some of the most silent and deadly submarines in the world. In the end, the firepower showdown between the US and Russia is more than a numbers game. It's a complex mix of quantity, quality, strategy, and technology. Both nations have their strengths and weaknesses, their unique strategies and doctrines. And while the scales may tip one way or another in different categories, one thing is clear: both nations pack a serious punch. Having raw power is one thing, but how it's projected globally is another. Let's dive into that next. Global reach and influence are what make a military truly global. So, who has the upper hand, the US or Russia? Let's delve into this. The United States and Russia, these two military giants have a significant presence across the globe. The US, with its extensive network of overseas bases, has an unparalleled global footprint. It's not just about the number of bases, but also their strategic locations. From Europe to Asia, the Middle East to Africa, the US military presence is felt in every corner of the world. Russia, on the other hand, has been expanding its influence in recent years. While it might not have as many overseas bases as the United States, it has been making strategic moves. Establishing bases in places like Syria and the Arctic, Russia is ensuring its military reach extends into critical regions. Now let's talk about alliances. The US has a strong alliance network, which includes NATO and numerous bilateral defense agreements. These alliances amplify the US military's global reach and provide a collective defense mechanism. Russia, although lacking a similar alliance network, has been fostering relationships with countries like China and India, opening up opportunities for military cooperation and strategic partnerships. Moving on to their roles in international conflicts and peacekeeping missions. The United States, with its global presence, has often taken a leading role in international conflicts and peacekeeping efforts. From the Korean War to the War on Terror, the US military's footprint is evident. On the other side, Russia has also played significant roles in international conflicts, most notably in Syria, where it has been a key player. Although not as involved in peacekeeping missions as the US, Russia's influence in conflict zones is not to be underestimated. As we have seen, both the US and Russia are formidable military forces, each with its own strengths and capabilities. The chessboard of global military influence is vast and complex, and these two players continue to strategize, maneuver, and adapt to maintain their positions on it.